What's up everybody, Mitch here with Fit for Moto and welcome to another episode of Fit for Moto in the Garage. Today we're talking all things foot pegs, and in particular aftermarket foot pegs. If you remember, I did a video on why aftermarket foot pegs are a great buy when you're looking to upgrade your ride. Way back then, the set that I picked up were the Tusk Aftermarket pegs, and for the price, it actually worked out pretty well. But how about almost a year later? How well did they hold up? What's up everybody, I'm Mitch. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Fit for Moto. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If you're new to this, thanks for checking it out. Today's video is going to be all about the Tusk off-road foot pegs. Now, I've had these on my bike for about a year-ish, give or take, and I'm already replacing them. I put them through some mud, snow, ice, really rocky tracks where there was just a ton of hate sent their way. They got beat up, they got a little wore out, and I'm here to tell you about the pros and the cons about these foot pegs, do a quick review on them, let you know what I think after really not that long on them. The answer might surprise you on whether or not I think the price is right, and if you should get yourself some. Roll the intro, let's do it. Foot pegs can be a pricey addition to your bike, ranging from the Tusk pegs coming in around $60 US, all the way up to $300 or more for a set of good pegs. For that kind of money, it's hard to justify the price when there are so many other good options and goodies out there to put on your bike. But Tusk actually makes some decent products for a fair price, so the pegs they offer were definitely worth a try. Starting with the pros, the Tusk pegs are made of forged aluminum, which generally stands up to wear and tear somewhat well, but importantly it's also lightweight, coming in at around 152 grams, which is actually really light. That's 50 grams less than the stock foot pegs, and more than half the weight of some of the other aftermarket pegs out there that you can buy. Out of the box, the teeth are decently sharp and look like many of the types you would normally see. They're made of the screw-ins. They are replaceable for a low cost and you can get a kit for that, although replacing them once worn out can be a bit of an issue because the heads have nothing to grab onto. Another pro, they're definitely wider and bigger than a standard foot pegs, coming in at 2¼ inch by 3¼ inch. You can really feel the difference compared to the stock pegs, but they aren't the biggest ones out there. And finally, the price is right. No other peg compares to this price, so if you're on a budget, these are definitely worth looking at. Now for the cons. After only a few uses, the teeth lost their bite, and after only 30 hours or so, my feet didn't feel like they had anything to grab onto. And like I mentioned, replacing the teeth can be an issue if they're rusted in or seized in or worn off altogether. It actually became a big issue for me because my feet kept slipping off the pegs and had nothing for the hard sole of the boot to dig into. If I was going down a straightaway leaning slightly left or right, my feet didn't have the security I felt they needed. Particularly in corners, it felt like my feet would easily slide off, especially if there was any sort of dirt on top of the peg. Now, although no foot peg is perfect, the Tusk pegs felt like they weren't able to get rid of any heavy mud easily compared to the other foot pegs. It seemed like in a deep mud or a deep rut, they would pick up the mud and it would just sit on top of the peg, lessening your traction even more. Often I found myself kicking the foot pegs while I was riding, trying to get the mud out of them, so that my boots would have something else to dig into, instead of just the mud sitting on top of them. To be fair, they did stand up to the punishment fairly well, but it also didn't take them long to start looking tired. I haven't even had these pegs a year yet, and they're starting to look like this. So what's the final verdict? Well, it depends. If you're looking for an affordable foot peg that's actually built pretty great, they're a great choice. But if you're looking for a foot peg that's gonna last a long time, stay sharp for a long time, yeah, you might wanna look somewhere else. If you're gonna put them on a project bike, like an older two-stroke or something like that, you don't actually plan on riding that much, I think they're fantastic. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get some for my two-stroke project bike. So hats off to Tusk. I'm going to buy these pegs again, maybe not for my race bike, because like I say, they do get dull a little quickly, and They actually, I mean, they held up well, but they're starting to look a little rough. If that matters to you, you might want to look at something different. But nonetheless, check them out. I'll leave a link below on where you can get some. I hope you liked the video. I hope it helped you in some way. If so, smash that subscribe button for me. You know I appreciate it. Stay safe, ride safe. We'll see you in the next video.